Today, Amaravati is a pilgrimage center known as Amareswaram, one of the Panjarama Kshetra of Shiva in the state of Andhra Pradesh. Lord Amareshwara is the presiding deity here. This is situated on the right bank of Krishna River at a distance of 35 km north of the railway station of Guntur town. In the history of Indian art, Amaravati occupies a preeminent position. With its beginning in 3rd century BC, the school of Amaravati art unfolds its chapters through the galaxy of sculptural wealth that once adorned the Mahacharya. The majestic monument of the Buddhist situated here with its history extending over a period of a millennium and a half. The on-road journey from Vijayawada to Amaravati Archaeological Museum is mind-blowing. Both the sides of the roads are covered with cultivations like cornfields, cotton cultivation, chilli fields. Guntur is famous for chilli. The field where chillis are grown looks very amazing. While you are traveling from Vijayawada to Amaravati, there are lots of cultivation fields you can visit on the go. There are areas where the red chillies were processing. In history, both Amaravati and Dharanikota, the neighboring village to the west at the distance of 1 kilometer, once formed a part of the ancient city of Sridhanya Kadaka, the renowned center of early Buddhism in the south. With a flourishing trade and stable administration during the early centuries before and after Christ, from pre-Mauryan to post-Satavahana and up to the medieval period. As a renowned center of early Buddhism, Amaravati equals its sanctity to those places which were associated with Buddha himself. These are the museums spread across India under Archaeological Survey of India. The nucleus of the Buddhist monument here came into existence when the Mahasankhis first settled down here, probably with an initial memorial stupa or chaitya for their worship. There are 3 categories among the chaityas as Dhratugarbha containing the relic of the Lord, Paribhojaga with one of the associated objects enshrined in the Uddesika, a memorial. The chaitya here was a Dhatugarbha containing the relic of the master from a subsequent period. The sculptural art of Amaravati beginning after the architectural development of the Mahachaitya in the humble way in the form of religious symbols like Traitaranda and graphic art emerged out with landscapes and animal motif. The life scenes from the Buddha's life were made familiar to the first time through the labeled relief. Initially, there appear to be some cultural contact with contemporary Buddhist centers, through which naturally the art traditions too had their way, of course, with local advancements. The actual Amaravati phase of sculptural exuberance during the Sadavahana period must have drawn the several trends and influence from different directions, giving rise to a much evolved style, mature in form, content, and technique. As observed by the scholars, the rhythm of line, curve, and contours in the carvings vibrate as it was with life and spirit, reflecting gay sobriety and restrained sensuousness. Outwardly, the themes were no doubt religious, pertaining to the Buddha's life and precious birth, but the spirit that they exhale are earthly and realistic, portraying a society rich in life and vitality. As artists by then had mastered the technique of depicting different planes, the narration has become vivid, effective, and instinctively appealing. Above all, the inner feelings of an individual actor or a collective group have been given the finest expression that stirs even the onlooker's thought. There are three galleries are there in the Architectural Museum. In the key gallery, the select examples of the art traditions of Amaravati can be seen. The lotus and Purana Kumbha motifs are typical of Amaravati art expressing auspicious and abundance. The select sculptures and other antiques are displayed in three different galleries of the museum, while a model of the reconstructed Mahachaitya in its evolved state and partly reconstructed railing to its original size, by which one can imagine the imposing dimensions of Mahachaitya, are situated in the open courtyard. Besides the cement replicas of a few original sculptures in the Madras Museum are also exhibited here. In the standing life size, Buddha's image is a typical representation in early period in superhuman form with marks of great man. The couple in round in the central showcase is a masterpiece of Amaravati art with the full of vigor and vitality of the Sadavahana period. The round panel over a crossbar depicting the episodes of Rahula's presentation of Buddha by his father King Sudhohana is another unique piece of narration. Besides a few drum slabs and dome slabs depicting the worships of Stupa, Tritra, Triratna, animal rose, and minor antiques like coins and beads are interesting. The best pieces of the cultures recovered at the site were taken away to the British Museum, London, while bulk of the rest was shifted and housed in the Government Museum, Chennai. A few select pieces found their way to other museums also. Only the residue that was left over at the site, together with the further recovered material and the reliquaries in the post-independence period, comprises the present collection of the site museum at Amaravati.